I wasn't even going to respond to this guy, but then I thought, you know what? You want to monetize me in the situation that I'm going through, I'm going to monetize you right back. So let's take a look at this guy, AKAPAD. I've actually heard of him before because he made a video about me killing the comic book industry because I promoted Omnibus. Maybe we'll look at that as well today. But this is his latest video, and this is why, I mean, I wasn't going to respond to it. 93 views, I mean, nobody's checking this guy out. But then I kind of thought as well, hey, this guy wants attention. Let's give him some attention. Maybe you guys will check out his channel, and he has content that you like. But GemMint Collectibles melts down. I called it. So he called the GemMint meltdown. Let's see what he has to say. AKAPad.com.
Here we go. Some 9 o'clock heat. All right.
He's giving me 90s WrestleMania vibes. I'm not mad at him.
These videos drop kind of around 9 p.m. GemMint Collectibles. Where's my cuppity cup?
I think I need to speed this up.
I need some. GemMint is out. He's losing his mind.
GemMint is losing his mind.
We've had these 2 thumbnails up. So GemMint Collectibles overextends himself. He becomes popular. He pops. I remember his original Instagram presence and account, which he does address in one of these videos. And at the time, I wasn't aware of the Omnibuy world, and I was somewhat blown away and fascinated by it until I realized that the Omnibuys are just bad business for publishers and comic shops.
Yeah, see, he's got like a gripe with the omnibus format. Bad business for publishers and comic shops.
They too high of a price point. You can't read them. You can't see the entire page. They're curated in a way from the publisher. They still leave things out. All of this stuff, right? But it was so fascinating.
Okay.
And then, I remember when he blew up on YouTube and all the jealousy, but no, but all these other things, right? So he gets popular and then blows up his lifestyle, which is this is what athletes and other individuals that go broke do. They get a little bit of notoriety, they get some cash flow. He quits his job. You guys, if you're on YouTube, never quit your job. Don't quit your job. Just keep, guys, make more time. You can work an 8-hour day, sleep 8 hours a night, and still have 8 hours to do whatever the heck you want. 8 hours is a long time.
So yeah, I mean, he's right. Don't quit your day job, right? But it wasn't so much that I couldn't do the channel or didn't find the time. I just was making enough money to where I didn't need to do the job. And I figured, you know what? Let's give myself some freedom. Let's make it to where I don't have to wake up to an alarm clock, where I don't have to interact with people I don't want to interact with, whether it's co-workers, customers, or what have you. So it was a choice to be free. Looking back, yeah, I would like to have the job right now, but it has been over 2 years that I've been, you know, living.
It's a whole Acolyte miniseries. That's how much free time you have every single day. But yeah, so he scales up. He sells his house, quits his job, and buys a bigger house. And then essentially, his channel, we can kind of argue, flatlines in a revenue, in a subscriber. He stops growing.
Right.
And now he needs more of the cash flow, not only to funnel into the house, which is I don't understand how. Over a quarter of that house isn't, you can't write that off tax-wise. If you have a dedicated area in your home, you can write it off as long as you don't use that room for anything else, namely.
All right, so yes, on your taxes, you can write off a home office, which I do, but that doesn't mean that you don't have to pay the monthly mortgage. You still have the mortgage. All that does is give you an exception so that at the end of the year, you don't have to pay as much in taxes.
The production room. Ching, ching. So, guys. But hey, you know, I don't know those details. Yeah, and then
I can see.
Essentially, he just doesn't get the cash flow, and now he has this giant house. His reasoning that he describes and he talks about getting into the house, it all makes perfect sense. Like you're kind of with him. What you kind of should have done is, like I said, write off a chunk, scale up, write off a chunk, and then get into a production facility and write that.
Pat, what's the write-off? It reminds me of that Seinfeld. What is a write-off? Tell me what a write-off is. You know, they just write it off. Who writes it off? They. The people that write it off. Like,
kind of, if you look at Comics Pop, that crew did the right move. They started in their house, and then they went into, you know, a downtown office mall, basically. But they got office space, and now they do Comics Pop out of office space, and you can write everything off, provided, you know.
You can't write everything off. All it is you're able to offset what you would have to pay in taxes. If Comic Pop has an office space that they record in, they have to pay rent there every single month, which is adding another expense. Now, it might work for them because if I recall, it's like 3 of them. So instead of all going to one guy's house, they probably all chip into this space, or maybe the channel makes enough to where it covers the rent for there, and maybe they have regular jobs to cover the difference. Maybe the channel is enough to pay everybody. I don't really know their situation.
So he's out. Like if you listen to this video, watch this video, link up the video down below. He literally just sounds like a desperate person because he also needs money. You need here we go, right? My whole
Well, so not desperate person, but I got myself in a situation that I need to get out of, and I am in the process of doing so. But not a desperate person.
Argument with the Omnibuy is this. You have a channel dedicated to $100 editions. Eventually, people are just going to want to move on because they're sick of the Omnibuy. But to keep the gimmick up, you have to spend $100 a pop just to do a video. Now,
false. First of all, you don't have to spend $100 a pop just to do a video. The omnibus that retail $100 to $150, you could buy heavily discounted, whether it's on organic price books, whether it's on in-stock trades or cheap graphic novels. And on top of that, I don't pay for the omnibus that I review. I have a sponsorship through Organic Price Books, which is a company that was started, inspired by my channel. They were inspired what I did. They started their own company. So the omnibus is not an expense for me. But also my channel isn't just omnibus. I mean, that's just one of the things I collect and one of the things that I make content out of.
He's got more money. He needs more money because he's got a bigger house. And he's doing $1,000 statues and $100 comic book editions.
Right.
Guys, there's just the money was never there. He shot up in popularity.
Well, to say the money was never there is false. You don't know what the money was. Obviously, if I went into a house that had a mortgage like this, I was making significantly more. But that situation has changed. So to say it was never there is false.
Got some nice cash flow, and that was it. And and it kind of fizzles out. And it could take, yes, a few years to fizzle out. And to add, and this is
okay. So he's kind of saying that
we're there. We were there with the cartoonist kayfabe stuff. You guys know we were there with cartoonist kayfabe. He's leaving Comic Tom 101.
Yes.
He's out of that show, and he does another video where he just says like none of this stuff was me. And he's like, Comic Tom sells on Whatnot, and I tried to sell on Whatnot, and Whatnot sponsored me, and I couldn't do it, and that's not me. But he's in a position where he needs to sell. You need that Whatnot.
All right, so it's not that I couldn't sell, and I don't need to sell. I mean, there's other ways to make money. First of all, the channel makes money through ad revenue, through sponsorships still. It's just not enough for the current house that I'm in. But if I, or when I downsize, it's still more than enough. But no, I don't need to sell on Whatnot in order to survive.
Now, you got access to hundreds of thousands of eyeballs every single video that you post. You're there. You're an influencer. Influence that money into your bank account. And then what do we get today? What do we get today? He's doing these morning shows with his wife. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody.
He's doing these morning shows with his wife. Nobody wants to see that. First of all, many people want to see that. I think the yesterday's morning show is at 6,000 views. And I mean, I'm not trying to talk down on the guy or punch down. This video has 95 views. So to say that nobody wants that is completely false as well. I guess let's pull that up just to prove a point. All right, so anyway, so yeah. The stream from yesterday has 6,000 views. The one from today, almost 3. The one we did Monday, well, this was just me, was 4. But I mean, Pat, do you know the history of my channel? You seem to allude that you do. Me and my wife, 10,000 views, 8,400 views. I mean, again, not to try to be mean, but you're talking about nobody wants to see something, and you've got 50 views on videos, bro. 17 views. I mean, let's be for real.
It's upsetting. And guys, if you don't think my YouTube grind is not there, meaning I can snap and start making bad decisions, it's there because we at Team AKAPAD, we do a lot. We're just optimized. We're rolling everything out. We're an army. That's why I call us the AKAPAD Army. The difference is the attention isn't quite there. And who knows what could happen with me in this channel. Once the attention funnels into this beautiful body, the attention funnels in, what will happen? Will I snap? Will I make bad decisions? Most likely, yes. But guys, GemMint seems to have snapped, and my heart goes out to him because I still feel like with his reach, he can be a positive force. I never backed his positioning, but that doesn't mean I want bad things. I would just like him to move on from the Omnibuy stuff, and I don't think he's going to be able to because you can't do weekly books because the industry can't support that, and I don't think he knows enough to do good back issues like supporting content. And good back issues, like everything on this channel, doesn't quite get the traction. So he's in a tough spot. But guys, that's why we have a day job, and this is passion here. Come on, let's go. I love you guys. Rock and roll. Kick.
All right, Pad. So guy, this is your chance, Pad. You wanted the attention. You got it. If you guys want to check out Pad, check out his videos. See if it's something that you are interested in. But I disagree. I do appreciate. I saw him in the description. I wish GemMint all the best and bounce back in a big way. With that said, Peter A. DeLuca previously criticized the Mintiate for popularizing omnibus collecting, a practice that does nothing but hurt everyone involved so much. Hence, GemMint prices himself out of content for his YouTube channel. All right, guys, so there is my reaction to AKAPAD. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.